So this one's from 1961. It's a Gibson Les Paul Standard, not yet called the SG, not until 63. But this is a really nice example of it. You can see some nice light checking, light fading of the red, but still kind of deep red on the back. No breaks at the neck heel or at the headstock like is common to these guitars. Yeah, I mean, this design came out in late 1960, and so they were still kind of dialing it in by 1961. So many of these get kind of weak at the neck joint and at the headstock, but this one, rock solid. Really nice example I got out of Colorado, and the guy said that his dad had passed away and he'd had this guitar in his storage unit for a decade or two, and that it was just time to sell. When I looked at the pictures, I saw that it had the wrong tailpiece on it. It did not have this side pull vibrato. It had this kind of strange trapeze tailpiece that, a fixed tailpiece to where maybe he was having some problems with tuning stability on the side pull. So it did have, it was mounted here, so it has 3 extra holes here. But I saw an otherwise clean original guitar that I really needed to have. And so I bought it, happy to have it. I posted on Instagram about it that I needed a side pull to put on this guitar. And one of the followers there reached out and said, yeah, I've got an original 61 side pull tailpiece. And so I bought it from him, installed it on here. So now it's right back to original configuration. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at True Vintage Guitar. Would love to connect with you there. Yeah, a 100% original guitar, except for one of the tone pots here. So I believe it is the volume pot here on the bridge pickup. One of the tabs was broken off of the original pot, which we have here. You can see it was broken off here instead of being soldered to the pot. And so when you kind of turn down the volume, it would only go to like 20% instead of 0. So I dug through my parts drawer and I found the exact same brand with a date code that was about 6 months away from the original pot. And I soldered it in exactly the way that Gibson had it. So we're going to post a picture of that control cavity here. The kind of before and after is impossible to spot, but wanted to make sure I kind of mentioned that. But yeah, it operates properly, does everything it needs to do as a volume pot, and looks original as well. I don't think I'd be able to spot it. I just glanced at this guitar. So yeah, all other parts and solder totally original PAF pickups, PAF humbucking pickups here. Low miles on the frets. If you want to look at measurements like weight, neck measurements, pickup readings, all that stuff's in the description below if you want to check it out. I always try to list that stuff so you don't have to reach out and ask. You can read through the descriptions. Everything's right there. So yeah, really nice example. A note on the side pull. By the way, it is a side pull, not a side push. So a lot of people will have problems with the tuning stability on these side pull vibratos. And a lot of times what we see is that the setup is not quite correct, and also people are kind of using them in a way that they're not really designed. So if you dive bomb this thing, it's going to go out of tune. If you push it down, it's probably going to go out of tune. But if you use it the way it was intended, which was just kind of a light kind of warble, you don't need to do more than like a full step or so, it will stay in tune perfectly. It'll spring right back to where it was before. So I called in my friend Riggs to play it for us, show us, see if that vibrato stays in tune. So that's 1961 Gibson Les Paul Standard, not quite the SG yet. My name is John. My shop's called True Vintage Guitar. We're here in Birmingham, Alabama. If this guitar is still available, there's going to be a link below in the description. It's a great example of the type of guitars I like to buy. So if you have a 50s or 60s Gibson or looking for a buyer, I'd love to take a look. Might be able to connect you with the buyer you're looking for if it's not me. So you can reach out at the link below. That player was Riggs Taylor. There's a link to his YouTube channel down below if you want to check out more of that. Be sure to hit subscribe if you want to see more vintage guitar videos. Thanks for watching.